In the year 2045, the world had made incredible advancements in space travel, and humans had set their sights on colonizing Mars. A team of 6 astronauts had been selected for the mission, which was set to launch in just a few weeks. However, just days before the launch, a strange event occurred that would change the course of their mission forever. The astronauts were gathered in the Mission Control Center when the alarms suddenly went off. The screens flickered and went black, and a voice boomed over the intercom, "Attention all personnel. We are experiencing a chrono crisis. All systems are shutting down." The astronauts were thrown into confusion and panic as they tried to figure out what was happening. Suddenly, they felt a jolt, and the world around them seemed to warp and twist. When they looked out the windows, they saw that the landscape had changed. The Martian terrain had been replaced by a barren wasteland, devoid of any sign of life. It soon became clear that the astronauts had been thrown into the future, and that something terrible had happened to humanity. As they explored their new surroundings, they discovered that the world had been devastated by a catastrophic event, and that all human life had been wiped out. The astronauts were faced with a difficult decision. Should they try to find a way to prevent the disaster from happening, or should they focus on finding a way to survive in this new world? They knew that they had limited supplies and resources, and that they were completely cut off from Earth. Despite the challenges they faced, the astronauts were determined to find a way to prevent the disaster and restore the timeline. They worked tirelessly, using the advanced technology on their spacecraft to analyze the data they had collected from the future. Their efforts paid off, and they discovered that the disaster had been caused by a massive asteroid impact. They used their knowledge to come up with a plan to prevent the impact from happening, and they worked together to carry out their mission. It wasn't easy, and they faced countless obstacles along the way, but they never gave up. They knew that they were fighting for the future of humanity, and that they had a responsibility to do everything they could to prevent the disaster from happening. Finally, after months of hard work and dedication, the astronauts were able to carry out their plan. They diverted the asteroid from its path, and they watched in amazement as it disappeared into the depths of space. The world around them began to warp and twist once again, and they were suddenly back in their own time, safe and sound. They had saved the future, and they knew that they had accomplished something truly incredible. The mission to Mars had been a success, but it was so much more than that. It had been a journey of discovery, of courage, and of hope. The astronauts had faced impossible odds and had emerged victorious, and they knew that they would never forget the lessons they had learned along the way.